and welcome to the first Saturday of the month of the year 2023. My name is Cecilia, but you can call me C. So today we'll be talking about healthy lifestyle in 2023. I know we just finished spending the holidays, so we want to know about how we can keep track and getting back to our healthy habits. So today our guest is Sister Stella Owusu, all the way from New Jersey. Welcome, sister.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So who is Sister Stella?
Sister Stella is a nurse. Recently graduated and American nursing credentialing, board certified family nurse practitioner. Out here in New Jersey. I've been working as a registered nurse for 12 years now. So 3 years ago, I decided to go back to school for my master's and recently graduated and passed my board exam. So that's a little something about me.
So what is healthy lifestyle? I know we just finished having the holidays. We had Christmas and New Year. So what is a healthy lifestyle in all?
A healthy lifestyle is essentially a balanced life. Every aspect of your life is balanced. Physically, you're eating well, you are exercising, you are getting enough sleep, you are managing your stress, you are giving and receiving love, compassion, um, having good experiences, laughing, emotionally being self-supportive, right? Because some of us we are our biggest critics. We Every mistake that we make, we come down so hard on ourselves. Um, Thinking positively, positive viewpoints. There have been research actually that shows that when somebody is sick, especially with cancer, how they respond to that. Like, are they responding positively to that? All those things kind of help the person. So having a positive viewpoint, having joyful relationship with yourself and others, um, spirituality as well. Even if you're not um, a Christian, or if you don't believe in God, you believe in something, right? So having that inner calmness, um, trust in your inner knowledge, and openness to creativity. So all of these things, when they are in balance, contribute or is a healthy lifestyle.
Very important to have a healthy lifestyle.
Very, yes.
So why is it very important in your view? Why is it very important to have a healthy lifestyle?
Well, so let's say one aspect of your life is not going well, right? You're stressing over something. It's not, it affects your whole well being. I don't know how you deal, different people deal with stress differently. So let's say you are
Yeah.
stressing, some people will turn to alcohol, they will turn to drugs, they will turn to different things to make them feel better. So when things are out of balance in your life, it affects your whole well-being. So that's why it's so important to have a healthy lifestyle, or strive to have a healthy lifestyle.
Great, great. So what is involved in a healthy lifestyle?
um like I said, like physically, you are making sure that you are, doing those things that I listed previously. Emotionally, spiritually, you're giving and receiving like love, compassion, you have a supportive system. You yourself, you are your best support system yourself. So learning to love
Mhm.
yourself, learning to be kind to yourself, right? Because the world is cruel as it is. So you being kind to yourself, you loving yourself, or it starts there, right? Because if I love myself, I wouldn't put anything into it that would not help me because I love me. So loving yourself um, helps you attain a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, I know you touched about great support system. So can you elaborate more on that, like the great support system for your healthy lifestyle?
Um, so especially being abroad, not everybody have their families here. Not everybody have people they can trust around them. So having a support system, maybe you have that one friend, you have that one coworker, you have that one person that you can reach out to when things are not going well. Or if it's that serious, you can have like a therapist, somebody that you call, you talk to so that they can help you figure things out, right? Because two heads are better than one. So if something is on your mind and you have done all you can and things are just not going right, like reach out to somebody for help. So having that support system kind of helps in dealing with the day-to-day stressors in our lives.
Great, great, great. So so in all, like is there a cutoff time to stop eating at a certain time in the day at night?
So, is there a cutoff time? Yes. Usually it's between 2 to 3 hours of eating, right? 2 to 3 hours before your bedtime, you need to stop eating.
Okay.
So when we eat, the food takes about, depending on what it is you eat, the food takes about 40 minutes to 2 hours in your stomach, right? And the way the stomach is shaped, um, if you just eat and you go to sleep and like you lay on your right side, I don't know how, like if you can just Google, if you're watching, just Google how the stomach is shaped. So the food is sitting
Mm-hmm.
there, and especially people with heartburns, you guys, maybe you would attest to this. When you eat and you sleep, it's like it backs up a little bit. The
Mm-hmm.
gastric juices backs up a little bit. So the food stays in your stomach for 40 to 120 minutes or 2 hours, depending on what it is you ate. So giving yourself that time for it to kind of just descend, stay there for that long, descend down, then it's a good time to sleep. So giving yourself 2 to 3 hours after you eat to go to sleep. That would be a good cut of time.
Okay. And then I don't know, there's another question like should we eat fruits late at night or should is there a kind of time for fruits like when you have to eat fruits?
So our body, right, is the same thing. Whatever you eat,
Mm-hmm.
you give yourself that time so that
Okay.
but you shouldn't eat that heavy at night because so is it healthy to eat fruits at night? Yes, as long as you give yourself that 2 to 3 hour time. The reason
Okay.
why you don't eat heavy food at night is when we eat during the daytime, our body breaks it down and use it for energy, right? Because we are going back and forth, we are working, we are doing this, we are doing that. Our body turned that food into energy for us to do those things. Now, when you eat before you go to sleep, even if you give yourself those 2 to 3 hour window, you're not doing much, right? Your body is not burning that many calories, so it stores it as fat. That's why it's not healthy to eat heavy at night because your body is just gonna store it as fat. I hope that answers.
Yes, 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 it does. It does. So, is it okay? Because I know I tend to do that too sometimes. Like, is it okay to skip meals? I tend to do that sometimes. Like, if I'm very tired, I'm like, I don't feel like eating. But is it good to skip meals, like because like you're tired or you just don't feel like it?
Mm-hmm. And I'm guilty of that too. Not necessarily skipping meal, but I'm sure you've heard of
Okay.
intermittent fasting, right?
Yes. Yes.
Where
Yeah.
like I after my night meal, I would not eat until like 12 p.m. the next day, right? So I'll just like
Mm.
wake up, maybe have like a cup of coffee or something like that, but no heavy foods. Um,
Yeah.
but is it okay to skip meals? So when we skip meals, our body just uses the fat that is stored for energy, right? So
Mm.
if you keep doing that to your body, when you feed your body, instead of it using it for energy for you at the time that you eat, is going to think we are not going to get another meal until whatever time the last time you ate, right? So let me store this
Yeah.
instead of using it to burn energy. Let me store this because we are not getting any food until later on, so that I can just burn
Mm.
it slowly. So that actually like slows your metabolism, you know, because your body
Mm-hmm.
don't want to starve. So you don't necessarily want to starve yourself because it's not good. When you starve yourself for so long and you put food into your body, it holds on to it because it doesn't know when the next time he's going to get, so slowly. So that actually like slows your metabolism.
So I have a follow-up question. So why do you think people tend to starve themselves?
Everybody wants to lose weight, right? We all want the quick way. Oh, holidays came, we all ate. Okay, January is here. Right. Let's drop all these pounds, right? Weight loss is not dieting. It's a lifestyle. You have to, unless you have a medical condition or you're taking some medication, because there are some medications that will make you gain weight, and there are some medical diseases that will also make you gain weight. So unless you have those two things, if you're gaining weight, you're just eating too much. You're putting in way more calories than you're burning. So you can cut your calories down. And one way that you can do that, they have this app, and I actually used it because a while back I was having some issues too. So I use this app. It's called MyFitnessPal, and I like it so much because it has Ghanaian foods on there. I eat a lot of Ghanaian foods,
Wow.
and I didn't realize it has Ghanaian foods, it has Nigerian foods, and because all these other apps that we use, they don't have those countries
Yeah.
on. So we don't
Yeah.
even know
True.
how much calories that we are eating. We eat,
Mm-hmm.
but you have something like that, you can know how much calories you're putting into your body, and then you can like scale back, right? So
Mm-hmm.
people skip meals just for weight loss, because that's the only way that I will skip a meal. If not, I will eat all the time, right? If
Yeah.
I was to eat and not gain weight, I'll be eating all the time. So I do intermittent fasting because I don't want to do too much. I don't want to gain too much weight. But also, instead of skipping a meal, you can do juicing, not like over the shelf
Mm-hmm.
juicing. You can get your fruits and make your little juice just so you don't starve yourself. Even at night, or after work, oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to eat too much. Just have a little bit of food for your body to use as fuel, just so you're not starving your
Mm-hmm.
body. Because when you do that, it's not doing you any good.
Mm. Mm. That's good. That's great. So, apart from that, like, how many times a day should we eat? Or it doesn't matter as long that we respect the 2 to 3 hours before going to bed type rule type of thing we
So,
have to do.
so for me, I understand that um, me being a female, I'm 5'2". I weigh between 125 to 130 pounds, right? So for me to maintain that weight, I have to eat 1,600 calories a day. What that means is I can choose to break it down throughout the day. right? Maybe have breakfast for the have lunch 500, have dinner 5, portion myself that way. 400, no, 600 for breakfast, 500 for lunch, 500 for dinner. I can break it down that way, or I can break it down. I want to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I want to have snacks in between. So if I want to do, depending on what it is you're trying to do, are you trying to maintain your weight? Are you trying to gain weight? Because there are people who are trying to gain weight, and there are people who are trying to lose weight, right? So depending on what it is, it's always good to feed your body because, like I said earlier, our body uses the food that we eat for energy. Except when you're going to sleep, it will just store it as fat. So if you are a busy person who is walking around all the time, it's always good to kind of put your meal in the middle of the day, the biggest meal in the middle of the day, and then like a lighter meal at dinner time, and then also a big meal for breakfast. But just knowing how much, right? Because even the healthy foods, they also have calories. So knowing how much to eat and how much your body needs kind of determines how often you should eat, as long as you're not overdoing it.
Great, great. So, why do you think it's very important to include vegetables? I know a lot of people, especially as Ghanaians, we don't like to include our vegetables into our meals. So, why do you think it's very important to add vegetables and fruits
So
into
vegetables and
the
fruits, it's easy on the body. You know, when you eat meat, it takes a long time for it to go through your
yes,
system,
yeah.
like a long time. But when you eat fruits and vegetables, it goes through very quickly, right? It's good for you. It has fiber. It has all like the vitamins, the minerals, and all these things. And it's easy on your bowels. It makes you go regularly. Um, so definitely including that in your diet is good for your body. Like it's just good. It's easy on your body too.
Mm. Okay. So, just another follow-up question on that. So, the difference, like, is it very important to also go to the gym? Because I know a lot of people like to do like summer body thing, like we ate a lot during the holidays, so like we need to hit the gym. So, do we have to balance these two, or we can choose to do either you like make sure you eat the number of calories per day, and then or you have to like synchronize it with going to the gym?
So exercising is good for your heart health, especially
Mm-hmm.
as black people. We are prone to coronary artery diseases, hypertension, diabetes, all these things. So
Mm-hmm.
going to the gym, an average person should get at least 150 minutes of exercising, moderate intensity exercising per week, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
you're somebody who does like manual labor or something hard like that for your work, then you know you're covered. But if you're sitting in your office in front of a computer working, the only time you get up is to go to the bathroom to go get your food or something like that, then yes, definitely. And not necessarily even going to the gym. Nowadays, they have all these videos on YouTube, and it, like, you don't even need the equipment to do it. But of course, you can also go to the gym. So just getting enough exercises, the average person should get at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercising for the week. So once you get that, it's good for your heart health, right? It prevents so many coronary artery diseases. It's good for you. So yes, you can combine those two, and you should, right? So you can either do one or the other, especially if you just want to lose weight. But for a healthy lifestyle, you definitely need to get some sort of exercises during the week, and not just, watching what you eat.
Yeah. Very, very, very interesting to know all these. So,
Yeah.
in your opinion, is why, or is it very like, is it very important to have breakfast? If so, why?
So, like I said, breakfast. When we eat, it uses that food as energy for us, right? So when you
Mm-hmm.
wake up, you haven't eaten for however long it's been throughout your sleep. So the only thing your body will do if you do not eat is just the stored fat. It will just use it slowly because it doesn't know when you're going to eat again, right?
Yeah.
So when you don't eat breakfast, it kind of it slows down your metabolism too. So when you eat, it's like okay, it gives you the energy that you need, right? Because now you
Mm-hmm.
have your fuel ready to go. You get and a lot of breakfast foods, and this may not pertain to Ghanaians because breakfast American breakfast food is different from Bangladesh.
Ghanaian breakfast.
But American breakfast foods tends to like oatmeal, grits, milk, all those things have like vitamin D, calcium, all those things that we need, right? So
Mm-hmm.
especially for kids too, cereal nowadays they have like those fortified cereals with like vitamin D and all these other things
Yeah.
that is put, yeah, exactly, because we live in North America, we don't get the sun that much, right? We get
Mm-hmm.
vitamin D from the sun mostly. So that's why they tend to add like calcium, because calcium kind of helps you keep your vitamin D and things like that. So the breakfast foods have certain things that we need. So eating those kind of foods is good. So eating breakfast is definitely important for those reasons. It gives your body the energy it needs to press on throughout the day.
Great. Very, very good to know all these. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Are you an African parent who is looking to engage your child in an educational program? AfriCanada Hub is a non-profit organization that aims to elicit the creative and leadership skills in the black child. Register your child today in our ongoing book clubs and leadership programs by calling or texting 416-939-0530 or by visiting our website at www.africanadahub.org. Africanada Hub. We are all capable.
Wabɛn na gɔfia wo nu ni ofura ɔmo abok ne ɔmo sumo ɛwɔ abok ofura ɔmo no.
and welcome back. If it's your first time watching us, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram as well. My name is C, and we're talking about healthy lifestyle in 2023. And we have our guest all the way from New Jersey, USA, Sister Stella. Welcome back.
You.
So, if we can talk more about my fitness pal, because I'm pretty sure after we'll be able to share it. So, what is inside that app, that my fitness app? So, if you can talk more about it.
Oh, so my Fitness Pal is they have like a free version and a premium version. I use the free version because I just wanted to know how much calories was in these foods that I was eating. Um, I think this was like 2 years ago. I had put on some weight, and that was the first time in my life. I've been pretty skinny my whole life. So when it happened, I tried to lose it, and it wasn't working. I was working out at home. I wasn't going to the gym or anything like that, but I was doing certain things, and I wasn't losing any weight. So I'm like, what could be, like, what else can I do? So I literally Googled counting calories, and it came up with a bunch of apps, and none of them had like the foods that I would eat. So it's hard to count your calories when the foods that you eat, they don't count it on that app. So this my Fitness Pal actually had like the bangkun, the fufu, pepper soup, okra soup, all of these things, and it made me realize that I was putting in way more calories than I needed. So when you go on there, it will ask you your weight now, how much you would like to weigh in the future, and how fast you want to lose that weight. So I answered those questions, and it was like you have to eat 1,200 calories a day for me to lose that weight. And honestly, like the first 3 days, I felt so hungry because 1,200 calories is nothing. Nothing. It
It's a
was
lot.
nothing compared to. It was nothing compared to what I was eating. I was literally eating like 3 times, 2 to 3 times as much
Wow.
as I exactly like. So a lot of foods that we eat, right, is healthy. Majority of our
Yeah.
Ghanaian foods is healthy. We make the foods ourselves. Like okra. Okra is really, really good for you. And usually when you make okra soup, like me, when I make it, I usually use my fish, onion, tomato, the okra, spinach, mushroom. They're all healthy for you, but I was just eating a lot of it at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's our mindset. Once I figured out that, okay, this is how much I need to eat to lose weight, and I started doing it, eating the first week, I couldn't really stay to it because it just felt like I was hungry. I'm like, how am I supposed to survive on this? I'm like hungry, even though I was what I was supposed to. It's like I'm still hungry. So it was kind of like this. But once I did it for that week, I lost the
Mm-hmm.
weight, and I wasn't necessarily starving myself, right? So what I realized was that I needed to eat for the nutrition, right? I don't
Yeah.
just need to eat to fill my belly. And the app it helped me with my thinking. So now, even though I don't count calories anymore, I know that like one egg is like 78 calories, believe it or
Wow.
not. Right? Exactly. And
Wow.
that's like
Is
Ghanaians,
it
we
the
love
brown
our
egg or the red or the white egg?
it's just like a medium egg. So
Wow.
all these things, one tablespoon of sugar is 35 calories,
Wow.
right? So
Okay.
exactly. So in the mornings when you are having your coffee and let me see if I can. When you're having your coffee and you're putting in the sugar because coffee is bitter. You're putting your sugar and you're like,
It
oh,
is.
I'm just having coffee. It's not, it's not much. It's a lot because the sugar that you're putting in, even like the milk that we put in, also have calories,
Yeah.
right? So the little things that we do that we think, oh, I don't eat much. I don't eat. yes, you're putting in calories. One apple, a medium apple, is between 80 to 112 calories. So somebody will be like, oh, I eat healthy, but I'm still getting. Yes, all these foods that we eat, they are healthy,
Mm.
but they count, right? So if you eat like that and you don't work out, right? Because if you're putting in calories, it has to go somewhere. If it's not going somewhere, if you're
Mm.
not running, if you're not working out to burn these fats, all these calories, it is gonna go to the hips and thighs. So depending on where it is that you want to be, are you at a good weight? You want to maintain it? Good. You're up there. You want to lose weight, unless it's a medical condition, unless you're
Yeah.
taking some medications that is causing these weight gain. You are just putting in too much calories, right? So once
Mhm.
you get that in check, you will be able to get to your goal if weight loss is your goal or maintaining your weight is the goal. And also, as we age, our metabolism just slows down, right?
Yes.
So here I was able to eat whatever I want whenever I wanted it. Like, I never gained weight, and then boom, all of a sudden I gained weight, and now I don't even know what to do with it, right? So then I did a little even though I was a nurse, and it's so easy to tell somebody to lose weight when you haven't tried it yourself. But once I
Self,
tried it,
yes.
I'm like, oh my God, this is hard. It was very hard. So, like, I totally get it. The weight loss is no joke, it's a whole
Mm.
lifestyle. And it's a lifestyle because I don't like to call weight loss or like a healthy lifestyle a diet. You don't want to do a diet, because diet, when you want to okay, I want to lose 15 pounds, and you starve yourself, blah blah blah, you lose it. Guess what? You're going to gain it right back, because it's not
Back, yeah.
sustainable. You need a plan that is sustainable. And the thing is, once I cut back my food, my stomach shrunk, right? So
Yeah.
when you try to eat more than your body needs, you literally feel like you want to vomit, because it
Mm-mm.
shrinks when that happens. Once you train your stomach that way, it will go down. But you will have to do it consciously. You have to make that
Yeah.
choice, because it's so easy. Especially nowadays that we work from home. The fridge is right.
It's right
All you
there, so
have
you
to
can
do
you can binge on it.
all you have to do is go there and make, like, it's tough. It's tough. So just and that doesn't mean that being healthy does not mean that you're not going to eat the foods that you love. I love fufu.
Mm.
Like, I wake up 9 o'clock and I'll eat my fufu and my light soup in the morning, like that. You just have to know how much you're eating, right? Maybe not too much of the fufu, maybe a lot more of the soup, right? And cutting back on the meats, especially if you have like high cholesterol, triglyceride. Knowing your lipid panel also helps a lot, because some of these dieting out there, I think, is
Mhm.
keto diet, that is just like the high fat foods.
Yeah.
So if you know that you have high cholesterol, high triglycerides, that's not for you, right? You want to lose the weight, but you also want to make sure that it's good for your body. So losing
Yes.
the
Of
weight
course.
and the diet that you're doing not helping your your heart, it's kind of counterproductive. So
Mm.
know certain things before you get into these dieting fads.
Mm. Very good. So, I know this the year. I know we just came back from the holidays. So, how best can we go back to the old habit of, healthy lifestyle because of the holiday? Oh, let it loose. We're trying. So, how can we get back to what we started before the holidays came in? Right?
Mm-hmm. So just eating healthy and exercising,
Mm.
and kind of find time for yourself. We are so busy. We are
Yeah.
so busy that it's kind of hard to put ourselves first, especially when you have a family or you have like a demanding job and those things. And when that happens, actually, like meal prepping is really, really good when you're just that busy, right? Because when you prep your meals, you're not going to prep it. You're not going to do like when people prep their meals, they use good foods. They use healthy
Yeah.
stuff. You're not gonna buy pizza and be like, okay, I'm gonna eat this pizza for the next 2 weeks. You don't do that. You go to the
No.
store. You go to the store and you buy like your vegetables, your fruits, your this, your that, your grains. You come home and you prep it that way. Or if you're a Ghanaian and you eat your foods, you make your peanut butter soup. You make the soup. You make so that when at the end of the day, like you said, sometimes you're just too tired, right? That's when we make the bad choices when it comes to eating healthy. When you're too tired,
Mhm.
now I gotta go home and go to the grocery store and buy the food and then go home and cook. Let me just go to McDonald's and grab something to eat. I'll do this another. You know what I mean? But when you
Yeah.
have foods at home that you can just come and warm up and eat is better for you. So prepping meals actually helps you eat healthier. So that's one way that you can do. And it's cold outside now. It's so easy for us to come home and sit down and turn on the TV and like watch TV, right?
Yeah.
But even if you do that, just during commercial breaks, get off the couch and do like 10 jumping jacks or just do an activity until your show comes back, right? That's not,
Mhm.
you don't have to go to the gym for that. I joined the gym one time and literally I was just donating to the gym because I wasn't even going. It just is you have to make the conscious effort. It's a choice that you have to make if you're going to sign up. It's a new year, right? New Year's resolution, I want to lose weight. Yes, yes, yes. You're so motivated and then life sets in, right? You get back right into your routine. So if you are not disciplined enough to go to the gym, you can start with at home workouts. They have so many of them that you don't even need equipment to do. And for me personally, this year, I'm deciding that I'm going to do the juicing a little bit more because it just, that's one thing that I'm choosing to do for myself this year for a healthier lifestyle is to start juicing because these the juices that we buy over the counter, if you ever read like all the ingredients in there, some of them you don't even know what it is, right? They put stuff in there to preserve these foods and they may not necessarily be healthy for your body. It's good for them because it's preserving these food, the juices from going bad, but it's not necessarily healthy for your body. So doing something, just choose one thing. Don't overwhelm yourself for the new year. Choose one thing that you want to do for yourself that will help you maintain your lifestyle. Don't overwhelm yourself, especially if this is like the first time that you're trying to do this. For the people who have been doing this, I don't think they will have any issue or any kind of problems. But for those of us who has not necessarily been the most physically active or the people who eat the healthiest, just choose like one or two things for yourself that you want to do this year and do it well and always encourage yourself that you deserve to do this for yourself. I deserve to make this work for me. I want to better myself. I want to see changes in myself. So I'm going to do this one thing and see what happens. So give yourself that chance to do something good for yourself.
Great. So, what must we do in order to keep our cholesterol, blood sugar, and all these things that is like we know that we are prone to, especially like Black people? So, what are the steps or what are the tips you would like to give us so we can like control all these stuff?
So it starts with healthy eating because hypertension and diabetes is all about the foods that we are eating.
Mm.
So salt increases our blood pressure. and you will not believe the places that salt is. Sodium, there's sodium everywhere.
Yeah.
When you go to the store, just look at the labeling of it. This is everywhere. So watching what you eat, making sure you're eating more fresh foods than canned or packaged foods. You know, they use salt to preserve foods too. So all those
Mhm.
canned foods and those like the foods that will sit there for a long time and not go bad, a lot of them have sodium in it. So watching what you eat, eating more fresh fruits, losing weight. When you lose weight, it decreases your chances of getting diabetes and high blood pressure. So if you're overweight, right? If you're overweight, and how do you know if you're overweight or not? Usually, if you go to your doctor's office, they'll get your weight, they'll get your height, and do like a BMI and let you know, hey, your BMI is like 26. You're a little bit overweight, so like kind of watch it, depending on like your height, right? Because
Mhm.
if you're tall and you're big, and me being short, it's not the same, right? So
Yeah.
somebody's, it may show that you're over, but not necessarily. So just knowing if you are overweight, just losing weight can definitely help decrease your chances of getting those two things. Reducing fat, reducing saturated fat, and there was this, it's called partially hydrogenated vegetable oil that usually comes, all those canned foods. It's actually it was banned in 2021 by the
Oh,
US
okay.
FDA. Exactly, yeah. But you know, previously it was in there, right? And now they abandoned it because it's just so bad. Like it's so bad for us, for our hearts. So it's not everything, even though the foods that were coming, it still went through FDA, right? And after all this time, it's like, oh, okay, now you guys can't eat it anymore because it's so bad for you. But we've been eating it. It's just so you would think that, oh, it's on the shelves, it must be good, but not
Yeah.
necessarily, right? So eliminating trans fat was that the partially hydrogenated vegetable oil is trans fat. So they are eliminating that from people using it and reducing our saturated fat. Saturated fat contributes to our bad cholesterol, right? We have a good cholesterol and we have a bad cholesterol. So the saturated fats is bad cholesterol.
Yeah.
So reducing that, eating foods rich in omega 3 fatty acids like fish is good for you, but nowadays what we are seeing is that when a fish lives in the ocean, right, they just eat the ocean foods. That's
Yeah.
like their
Okay.
natural state, so that's where they eat. So that's why it's good for, because they're not eating meat, right? They're eating like the leaves and all those things enough. But nowadays there are people who are raising like tilapia and those things. They are not giving
Mm.
them foods from the ocean. They're giving them whatever foods
Chemicals.
is out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like um those farm raised things, when you go to the fish store, whatever fish that you want to buy, it usually have it on there. Farm raised, it will check it off, or wild caught. So just do your best to kind of do the wild caught one, because that's the one that they usually catch them from their natural habitats. So they seem a little bit more healthier than the farm raised ones. Also, including increasing your fiber. Fiber helps like foods go through our bodies faster. It helps with our digestion. Um, and exercise, like I said before, exercising on most days, at least the least that you can do is 150 minutes moderate exercise activities. So if you want to jog, if you want to like do jumping jacks, just whatever to get your heart beating, to get it going, is good for you. If you smoke, quitting smoking, and like I said before, losing weight And drinking alcohol in moderation. If you drink, if you don't drink, please don't start drinking in moderation. But if you if you do drink, just cut it down a little bit, right? So all of these things are things that we can do to help us prevent, if you don't have it already, prevent getting like diabetes or high blood pressure. But sometimes too, these things are hereditary. So some of us are prone to it more than others. So you can do all of these. It does not mean you're not going to get it. It just, it decreases your risk of getting it. So yeah.
All right. So what must we do different this year in terms of going for checkup?
Um, those, if you're abroad, we are fortunate enough that if you have a job or even if you're on your parents' insurance, at least once a year, right, you can go and get your blood work done. You don't have to be sick to go see your doctor. If you have one doctor that you go every single year, they will check your blood work, they will check your lipid panel, they will check your blood sugar panel, which is your hemoglobin A1C. Hemoglobin A1C measures like how your blood sugar has been for the past 3 months. So if you go and they check all of these things, they check your CBC, they check your BMP, they do like a physical on you every single year, you have a better chance than somebody who doesn't go at all and wait to be sick, right?
Yeah.
If you go every single, sometimes when we are sick, we may not even know that we are sick, but our blood work will show that, okay, so this is too high or this is too this. Let's follow up with it and see what we can do, right? And also, one thing that I want to say is, as young people, we have to learn. I said as young people. As people, we have to kind of know about our family history, especially like if there's cancer in your family. Certain cancers are hereditary, breast cancer, colon cancer. In America, I'm not sure how it is in Canada, but in America here, if your family member has had or has colon cancer, the screening for cancer starts mostly like by 45 to 50. So if a family member had colon cancer, you can get it as early as 35. Just because if they had it, you have a higher chance of getting it than a person whose family did not have it at all. So all of these things are things that we can do to protect ourselves, right? Colon cancer is the cancer that killed Black Panther. So these things are deadly. So keeping up with your appointments, getting your checkups, not waiting to be sick to go see a doctor. Go every year, get your blood work. Women, go to your gynecologist, get pap smears every 3 to 5 years if it's normal, and HPV testing, right? Because now HPV causes, I believe, 99% of all cervical cancers. So if you go and they check it and it's abnormal, they would just like scrape a little bit, look at it, make sure that it's not cancer. But if you don't go and you don't know these things, you are not doing yourself any favors. So that should be one of the things that, this year we do for ourselves. If you're a woman and you are above age 21, usually that's when it starts, you can go and get it checked out. And also if you're a woman, self-exam, breast exams can be one of the things that you do for yourself this year too, right? When you're doing your self breast exam, it's not like you're looking for anything. It's just you want to be familiar with your breast, right? So that every month you do it. Every month you do it. If one day you're doing it and something feels off, you would know because you have done it enough times to know how it feels like every time. So when something is off, you would know and be like, maybe this wasn't there last month. Let me just follow up with my doctor and see. And then boom, right? All these diseases, early detection is key. When you catch it early, you have a better chance of surviving it than if it's caught in the late stages. So that's some of the things that we can do for ourselves in this new year.
Wow, wonderful tips. I hope our church viewers would take note of all these and know that it's very important for checkups, like you said, because you never know. We think that we're
You
healthy, but
never
you never
know.
know inside, internally, maybe something is wrong that we are not aware. So prevention is better than cure, right? So very
Yep, that's
interesting and
it.
wonderful to know all these tips. So what would be your final message to our church viewers watching us all over the world?
Happy New Year, everyone. This year, choose yourself. Love yourself. When you love yourself, you do what is right for you, right? Make sure that we only have this one life to live. After this life, there's no maybe after we die, right? Heaven is the goal. But while we are here, let's make sure that we give ourselves a quality life, not quantity. Giving yourself a quality life starts when you're young. You don't wait to be 60 to start eating healthy, because by then the damage is already done. You start off right from the beginning when you are young. You are eating well, because heart disease doesn't start just right away. It's gradual. The foods that we are eating, the exercise that we are not doing, all of these things, it adds up, and then boom, we are 60 now. We have all a list of these diseases that we have. So start early, and if you didn't start before, start today. Do something good for you, because we need you here. Your family needs you here. So do something good for you this year. Even if it's one thing that you want to do for yourself, do something good for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Stella, on behalf of myself and the entire Footstep show. We say thank you so much for these wonderful tips and explanations. We are very grateful and thank you so much once again. So that'll be
Thanks so
it, charity viewers. Thank you so much for watching us live. We'll see each other again in the next episode. So have a blessed weekend and have a great evening.